Hey guys, this is Ben from iCrave Network, back with my review of the newest horror film that is hitting theaters next weekend, The Boogeyman. Still reeling from the tragic death of their mother, a teenage girl and her younger sister find themselves plagued by sadistic presence in their house and struggle to get their grieving father to pay attention before it's too late. The Boogeyman is directed by Rob Savage, who directed the Zoom Call horror film, Host from 2020, and the Dashcam horror film called Dashcam. This is Rob Savage's first step into directing a traditional horror film, and this film is about as traditional horror as it gets. Now, as always, let me start off with the things that I liked about this film. Now, the biggest thing that you want when going to see a horror movie is the effective and thrilling scares. And Rob Savage accomplishes this. There's a constant and looming sense of tension and fear throughout this entire film, with well-crafted and visualized sequences that'll get you on the edge of your seat. For this being a PG-13 horror movie, I was very impressed with what they were able to accomplish through just the direction, sound, and the lighting. It's pretty tame when it comes to what is seen and what is shown. It's not a graphic horror movie at all, but that's not a bad thing. I don't think this needed to be rated R in order to be effective, and I think this allows the film to be accessible to a much broader audience. The use of lighting here was really well done. The monster of the Boogeyman hides in the shadows and it's afraid of light, and that opened the door for a lot of clever uses of lighting to invoke fear. You never know where the Boogeyman is hiding and where he could be, and it really captures that feeling of when you were a kid and it's dark, it's the middle of the night, and you're convinced that there is a monster in your closet. You're convinced that in the shadows there is a monster hiding there. This film captures that feeling, that sense of fear super well. And finally, I think the performances here are all really great. Sophie Thatcher and Vivian Lyra Blair played the two young girls, and they were great together. They had great chemistry, and especially Vivian Lyra Blair, who plays the youngest girl, she was fantastic. David Dastmalchian is also in a couple of scenes, and you already know exactly what kind of role he's playing without me even describing it, and he's perfect. But now let's get into the negatives with this movie. So my biggest complaint with The Boogeyman is that it's very familiar. We have seen some iteration of this movie done many, many times before. There isn't anything about this story or the journey that the characters go on that is unique or stands out. For example, the film explores themes of grief and uses it as a metaphor for our main characters, which is something that has been done countless times in horror films. I knew exactly where the story was going, and thus it was pretty predictable and unmemorable. Also, this film is adapted from a Stephen King short story, and you can tell. Even at 90 minutes, it feels like the story was stretched out, with there being many scenes that felt pretty repetitive and derivative. The little girl thinks she sees something in the shadow. She uses some sort of lighting around her to illuminate the spot where she thinks the monster might be. The tension slowly builds, and then the scene ends. It repeats those kind of scenes over and over again, and while they are effective, they didn't really progress the story in any real way. I think they could have delved into the lore of this monster and given the film so much more context and more layers, which would have elevated it and allowed it to become more than just a paint-by-the-numbers thriller. So overall, The Boogeyman has all the thrills, all the scares, all of the experiences you want when going to see a movie like this, and the effective direction and performances definitely make it worth a watch, but the underdeveloped plot and familiar story beats make it largely unmemorable. If you saw the trailers for this movie and they piqued your interest, if this seems like the type of movie you would enjoy, and you want to see a horror movie that doesn't subvert your expectations in any way, but delivers on effective thrills, it gives you those scares, then go and check this movie out. I think you'll enjoy it. If you guys enjoy this review, make sure you leave a like on this video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our future uploads. And if you want to check out more of our reviews, you can click on either of the video icons right over there. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. See ya.